it's Zadie and you are watching Flytte Kartina. Remember, my name is Zadie, but this channel is actually called Flytte Kartina. Don't get the two confused. I am the host of the Flytte Kartina YouTube channel, kind of like James Corden is the host of the Late Late Show. I'm still working on this intro, by the way. I actually hate it, but it's all that I've got right now, and so yeah, bear with me on the cringe. Other than that, as you guys can see from the title in the video, that I'm not actually doing a run-of-the-mill YouTube video, or I'm not doing a trailer reaction, and I'm not even doing a I finally watched series. This is actually going to be a video essay, still about movies, which is what my channel is about, but it's just not on whatever's happening right now, like as in movie-wise, or what's going to happen in the future. This video is actually going to be kind of like a conspiracy theorist sort of video. What I'm actually going to be talking about is slow movie season, and before you know, close out this video and never watch me again because of this video. It's actually really interesting. To me it is, but you guys don't have to watch this. It's fine. I'll just cry in my room alone. Last week I did not give you guys a video, which I am very sorry about. Things are happening. I don't have forms of transportation all the time. There's a lot going on behind the camera and from the other side of the screen that you guys do not see. But I did want to give you guys a video this week, and I'm sorry it wasn't available on my Thursday as I usually post, but my tripod broke, as you guys know, as I released on social media. But without further ado, let's talk about slow movie season and why it happens. So let me actually define to you guys what slow movie season is, at least to me. I think it's the period from January to March, and that time frame is what defines slow movie season to me. So to give an example of a movie that was released during slow movie season, it was 12 Strong, which featured Chris Hemsworth, a very prominent celebrity and actor in the movie industry right now, but one of his movies was released during slow movie season, which doesn't have anything to say about the actor or why they chose him or what the movie was about. But it just saying, this is a very well-known actor who starred in this movie, which actually happened to be released during slow movie season. It was released in January. And let's just compare that to a movie that was released in December, which I'll pick Greatest Showman, which features Hugh Jackman, another very well-known actor and also a pretty mildly successful movie. So comparing these two movies, obviously there's different genres, but they were relatively successful and they made it to the big screen, which is, it's really hard actually. It takes a lot of money and connections. So why is slow movie season a thing? Well, I think that slow movie season is a thing because of various different reasons that I will present to you in the next 4 minutes of this video. Let me talk about the movie industry first. And movie industry, technically, it's trying to reach all ages. In general, it does reach all ages because, you know, it goes from kids movies to very adult movies that are rated R. It goes from, like, you know, very young children to teenagers, and from teenagers to working class citizens, and from working class citizens to senior citizens. And all of these people are from different eras. Some people were born in the 80s, some people were born in the 60s, some people were born in the 2000s, some people are Gen Zers and are born whenever they feel like it. So the movie industry tries to tailor their movies towards every single age range and era and generation that these people are from. Obviously, you can't hit all of the marks. Somebody's gonna get offended along the way in any specific movie. That's just what happens. But there's a difference between movies that are released and movies that are popular. Movies that are popular are generally tailored towards the younger generation of people. What I mean by younger generation, I mean younger audiences. And that doesn't mean it's from people ages 10 to 20. That's not what I mean at all. Movies actually that are getting really popular right now, which are like superhero movies, are actually for little kids, they're for teenagers, they're for young adults, and they're also for people who grew up reading comic books, which are generally people in their middle ages right now. What we define as the middle ages, which are still working class people. But anyways, I'm trying not to offend a lot of people with this video, but it's kind of hard not to. By the way, anything that I say in relation to age is just a generic thing. There are obviously outliers and people who go above and beyond the average, or people who fall below the average. There are many different types of people, but I'm just trying to stick to generalities and not yeah, it's gonna be hard. This is why YouTubers get hate sometimes. The movies that are popular in these recent years are basically superhero movies. Not only superhero movies, but also musicals, which are like Greatest Showman and La La Land. Those were really well received. Obviously, these popular movies have their flaws, and critics don't mind bringing them out, but just to the general audiences, these are popular and well received movies that give you, you know, entertainment and philosophy even, or just like lessons for life. But these movies are not released during the January to March timeline. They're generally released during the summertime or during the holidays. Which brings me to my next point of why there's slow movie season. It's because of people's schedules. So because the popular movies are generally for people 50 and under, that means that movie industries and studios are releasing movies during times in people's lives where they have generally more free time or time off of work, holidays and vacations and sabbaticals and stuff like that. Or for college age and down, it's when they have their school breaks. So movie studios are smart and they know when people's schedules are and how their life surrounds them. So these people are like, okay, we're gonna release these really popular movies during this time where people that we're targeting, our target audience is people in their 50s and lower, so we're gonna release it during times where they're normally going to have more free time. So let me use Spider-Man Homecoming for example. That was tailored towards teenagers because it's about a teenager. It's also tailored towards the people who read comics as a younger kid. So many people in the 50 and under range. So movie studios are like, okay, this is our target audience. It's people like from 50 and under, and they generally are spending their free time during the summer, so we're gonna release this movie title during the summertime where we can get as much of their money as we can. And so they revolve these movie release dates around people's schedules, and it's kind of like that saying where art imitates life and life imitates art sort of idea. So people go to see movies in their free time, and they have free time during January to March, but do they spend it watching movies? No, they don't. Do you know why? It's a new year, so kids are going back into school and adults are getting back into the swing of life after the busy holiday season. They're getting used to a new schedule, a new regimen, a routine or something like that. People, at least my kind of people, make New Year's resolutions, so they're busy like working out or dieting or changing a aspect of their life or changing a room in their house or repainting their entire home or something like that. So they're spending their free time doing those things. But do you know whose lives don't change really after the holidays? People in their 60s and up. That's right, people in their 60s and upward, their schedules don't actually really change that drastically after the holidays. In fact, it gets slower because they're not like spending time with family or spending time with friends or going to events and fun stuff like that. Their lives begin to, you know, slow down and go back to a normal pace, and they generally have more free time. So these movies are actually tailored towards those audiences. So the movies that are coming out during the January to March timeline are generally movies like 12 Strong, which are recreations of historic events or just following one storyline of these groups of people. So these people are actually going to get either informed or to see something that they knew happened be recreated before their eyes. It's generally movies for people who don't really want to see a CGI monster get eaten by another CGI monster, or they don't really want to see somebody's guts getting spilled out onto a sidewalk, or really creepy movies like a clown in a sewer. So like that's just the kind of things that they generally do not want to watch. So movie studios are like, okay, this is during the slow movie season, and so we know who to tailor our movies to. Older audience, which is 60 and upward, and they're generally looking for these things in movies, and they generally enjoy slower movies that happen. The pacing isn't as high and intense as the action movies that are really popular right now. And so movie industries are like, okay, this is how we're gonna get our money. We might not get a whole ton of it, but we'll still be generating revenue. I hope that all made sense. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, because that's just what I have for you guys right now. I have one question for you guys who stayed for this entire video. Thank you for staying for this entire video. To let me know that you stayed to watch the entire thing, comment down below the answer to the question for this week. Let me know what kind of suggestions you guys have for when I don't have anything to film in regards to movies or trailer reactions, so that I can generate content for you guys that you guys want to watch. Let me know of that in the comments down below, and when you're scrolling, there's a subscribe button and a like button and a bell icon. If you want to hit all of those buttons, that'd be great. If you want to hit one, I highly suggest the subscription box. That would be amazing for you guys to come and like my videos too, but you know. And if you want to know when I post next, follow me on social media. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great random Friday, and I will see you guys on the other side of the screen. Bye!